Jacob deGrom allowed only 3 hits and 2 runs across 7 innings in his start against the Marlins on Tuesday. The Mets lost the game, as they so often do. The right-hander owns a Major League leading 1.71 ERA on the season and, somehow, an 8-9 record. At this point, it's not really news. The Mets are failing deGrom in historic ways, and have been all season. The pitcher, undeterred, remains spectacular. His Tuesday outing broke a relatively obscure but nonetheless impressive 108-year-old Major League record. Jacob deGrom is officially done after 7 innings and 2 runs. He allows 3 or fewer runs for the 26th consecutive start, breaking Leslie King Cole's single-season Major League record. That mark stood for 108 years. Anthony DeComo, at Anthony DeComo, September 12, 2018. I'm not one to throw the term Sisyphean around lightly, but there's probably no better way to describe regularly putting the Mets in position to win baseball games. Basically every 5th day, deGrom teammates conspire to push his boulder back down the hill. Jacob deGrom has allowed 3 runs or less in each of his last 26 starts. He has a 1.57 ERA during that span. He has a 6-9 record during that span. The Spader, at Thies of Spader, September 12, 2018. The National League Cy Young field happens to be a historically good one in 2018, with deGrom very much in the mix. There are a lot of ways of showing this, but here's one, by baseball-reference.com's version of Pitcher War. All 3 of deGrom, Max Scherzer and Aaron Nola should clear 9.0 in the stat before the end of the season. Not once since the end of the deadball era have 3 pitchers in the same league finished with totals that high. Only twice in that span have seasons seen 3 9+ WAR pitchers in the majors, but in both cases, 1971 and 1972, 2 were in the National League and 1 was in the American League. Which is to say, it's not just rare for one league to see 3 pitchers perform so well in the same season, it has literally never happened before. And the Rockies' Kyle Freeland, an afterthought in the Cy Young race at this point, it is also enjoying, undoubtedly, a Cy Young caliber season by the standards of most other years. Mets starter Jacob deGrom, photo by Elsa, Getty Images. Some of us stopped caring too much about awards in general when Billy Madison got shut out at the Oscars, and most distinguishing baseball minds have long since reasoned through why the win, as a statistic assigned to a single pitcher, is something close to useless. Like RBIs for hitters, the pitcher win is an entirely situational stat, and criticizing a pitcher for his win-loss record or a batter for his inability to drive in runs is essentially blaming him for the shortcomings of his teammates. You probably know all about this already. MLB Network personality and full-blown guy the first note Brian Kenny has long been publicly campaigning to kill the win, but taken as a performance art piece rather than a series of baseball games. deGrom's season becomes a meditation of sorts on the complete absurdity of judging a pitcher by his win total. Many Cy Young voters have long understood this. Felix Hernandez won the L Award with only 13 wins in a 2010 season that saw CC Sabathia win 21, but even the stodgiest of old schoolers would need to endeavor impossible mental gymnastics to fault deGrom for his team's inability to score runs. Pitchers are charged with preventing runs, and no pitcher in the majors has done that more effectively than Jacob deGrom in 2018. Better fortune and a much better offense, he could easily be, like, 19-1 right now. There are arguments to favor Nola and Scherzer in the award balloting, but no good one includes any reference whatsoever to their respective winning percentages. If there's a small glimmer of upside to deGrom's existentially weird year, this might be it. Maybe this is the final nail in the coffin for the pitcher win as a stat anybody anywhere puts any stock in whatsoever. None of it matters, obviously, but deGrom's otherworldly performance and pedestrian record combine to expose, in startlingly plain detail, how thoroughly little pitcher wins matter.